You're listening to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, changing rock history one podcast at a time. Right there, moms and dads and boys and girls and children of all ages. Welcome back to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. My name is Loudini. All right, everybody, welcome. Enough of that shenanigans. We're here, serious music talk every week. We discuss very important topics, like which rock star has the best tits. That's important stuff.
Me.
David Lee Roth. Yeah, David Lee Roth.
Nice.
Oh, has. I thought you said gets the best tits.
This Ernie Ball pick, man, it didn't last too long. Like, all it took a couple of pick slides, and it just got, like, teeth in it now.
Well, that's no good.
I don't know.
Take it to the shop.
I'm fighting, man. I just can't find the pick I like. I'm trying, and sometimes I think I like a pick, and then I play it the next day. I'm like, I don't like a pick. And just, this is the trials and tribulations. Yeah, I'm particular.
I see what you did there.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That absolutely required a response. Thank you, Bones. Oh, wow. Bless y'all. Happy post-Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Hope you all had a better Thanksgiving than I did. I was sick as fuck.
I got stuffed.
Excuse me?
Oh, my. Lily's full of them tonight. I'm going to keep my finger on this button because you never know when she's going to come up with some great one-liner like I got stuffed. Wow. But yeah, we canceled the podcast a couple of weeks ago because I thought I had COVID. And I went and got the COVID test.
Yes.
And it said I didn't have COVID. But I'm pretty sure I had COVID. It's
a dirty lie.
I'm not done with it yet. Whatever's going on isn't quite over, but there was a market improvement kicked in about 10 o'clock last night. All of a sudden, I'm like, wow, I don't think I'm going to die.
That's
but I was really concerned. I spent hours at MedExpress on Friday.
Oof,
hours. They did every test. They did not look up my butthole. Probably if they would have.
You should have.
There's one thing they forgot to do. EKG, chest x-ray, the whole 9 yards. It was stupid. Anyways, it is the Loudini. I don't know how we got there. It is the Loudini. Oh, weed. That's how we got there.
It all goes back to the butt.
Anyways, welcome back to everybody. Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Check us out at loudinirockandrollcircus.com or loulombardimusic.com because there's all kind of cool stuff there, including, you guys like this t-shirt? You know what this t-shirt says? Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Yeah.
Balls deep rock and roll.
Balls.
And it's this really awesome graphic, and you should get a t-shirt like this because it's Christmas, and we like to receive the present of your money. So, and speaking of money, I want to talk about my buddy Chris Thunderwolf Dodson. He's rolling it out there at Wolf's Customs. They do these amazing custom paint jobs and artwork on your musical instruments. Check them out, wolfscustoms.online, or find them on social media. And one more time for Rock Rage Radio, rockrageradio.com. Download. What kind of app is that again, Lily?
Free.
Yeah. Free, not the freak app, but it could be a freak app.
It
might
is
be.
also a freak
It's also
app.
a freak app.
Hey, now.
And get deliciously wonderful, yummy programming just like this. Could you imagine this 24/7, 365? Well, not exactly like this, but kind of like this. Great music programming 24/7 at rockrageradio.com. Lily V6 also is a personality in her own right on Rock Rage Radio. Lily, why don't you tell them about your show?
My show is Hot Licks with Lily 6. It's on Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I play rock and metal and do some interviews, and just not really that entertaining on there, to be honest with you, but the music's always great, so check that out.
Okay. Well, who was the last interview you did?
It's been a while. I don't even actually remember.
Been a while.
Oh, boy.
I was taking a little break from the interviews, so I'm going to start up again in January.
Ciao. Okay.
Yes.
Kevin gets that reference. And we also have Mr. Pittsburgh himself. What's going on, Mr. Pittsburgh?
Everybody. Hello.
You all right, Mr. Pittsburgh? Did you do anything good in this past week?
Well, I was supposed to go. I was supposed to go meet up with a nice young lady. She got a new puppy, wanted to show it off, and I was so excited. I texted Lou, but I'm superstitious, and I said, Lou, I'm so excited, but now that I've talked about it, I'm sure I jinxed it. And sure enough, 2 hours later, she called me and she goes, I'm not feeling good. I'm like, of course you're not. So,
like she's calling off for work.
Yeah, right? Had the voice down and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
she's calling off from work.
Exactly.
Like the girl who told me that she fell down the stairs.
I know.
These things happen.
But she probably did fall down the stairs. So
I mean, I always do, but
I give the
never
benefit.
cancel anything.
Yeah.
I give the benefit of I always fall down.
I always fall down the stairs. Different reason, though.
Usually.
Oh my God! Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because I was like late. I told Lily a couple weeks ago. I'm like, I'm done laying around on the weekends. I'm going to shows. Want to do
Good.
stuff, and I went to one.
Yeah.
And then I got knocked down with this whatever, might possibly COVID, some weird thing. Hopefully, I'm still here by next week. But
Weekend at Louie's.
yeah.
We'll have him propped
We'll
up
start
in the
tying
chair.
you
That'd be
to
that
us,
funny.
Make you walk with us to shows. That's fine.
But I'm serious. I want to get out and start checking out some stuff. There's too much stuff that I'm
Yes.
not seeing and checking out.
I know.
So
You're never there.
I know. Well, I'm getting there. We're going there. That's changing.
Good.
I didn't really, like I said, didn't really do anything. I did watch a bunch of movies. Well, you know, what do you do when you're laying on the couch? You know, I was like movied out. I was like sick of everything. It was like, oh, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks. Then I did watch some really shitty movies. One called The Visitor, which is a new Blumhouse.
Okay.
Oh my God, it's tough. You know, we haven't had a Omen or Rosemary's Baby in a long time.
long
right?
time, right?
That, you know what I mean?
A
And
real
this
good
was
one,
like,
yeah.
I had hope for this because that is the sort of like the kind of the idea of this film, but it's just smell-o-vision. It's just so poorly executed.
disappointing.
Yeah, it's the smell-o-vision.
So sorry.
Yeah, I did, and I started rewatching 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
because we had talked
Right.
about that. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh,
I forgot
boy.
how great. Every time I watch a movie, I'm like, I forget how good this movie is.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that one.
It's a guy flick. This is a romantic comedy for guys.
Right.
I like it up until after he gets waxed, and then I'm over it.
The waxing scene is classic.
Yeah.
It's iconic.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a romantic comedy. You know, we talked about this before. High Fidelity. That's a romantic
I
comedy
love that movie.
that guys can get into. There's a handful of those out there that you don't feel too gay watching if you're a guy.
A little bit.
You just feel gay enough. Not too gay, just gay enough.
Oh boy.
Yep.
So bless the Lord Jesus. I'm gonna turn the phone down.
So there are shows coming up though, Lou. Wednesday
Tell me
is
something good.
Amon Amarth, and that's
What?
at Stage AE. That's
Amon
it's
Amarth.
Viking metal.
Come on.
Yes, I know that's what
Amon
it sounds
Amarth.
like. It's
exactly
fun
what
to
I
say.
thought. Amon Amarth.
It's Amon
I'm on a
Amarth
Marth. I'm on a
with
Marth.
Obituary.
Oh.
I'm on a Marth. Obituary. That doesn't work as well.
Obituary.
Wow.
Every
Saturday,
time.
Dying Breed will be at the 31 Bar.
Oh.
Diane Reed.
Dying
Not
Breed.
Donna Reed.
No.
Donna Reed's going to be down
Is she
there.
dead? I don't know.
Well,
And then Monday, which I've told you before, Slayer. Not that Slayer,
oh, Slayer.
but
yeah,
Slayer will
yeah.
be playing at somewhere. I don't remember where. I have to look that up.
Irene Cara died.
I saw that.
What a feeling. I am dead now.
Wow.
Yeah, like part of my youth is gone. Exactly.
Now I have to go watch Flashdance.
Flashdance.
Okay.
And did she sing Fame?
Yeah.
I wanna
Yep.
live
She-
That's,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And she does. I mean, I was thinking about that when she passed away. Like, that is a way. I think it was one of the reasons why people want to be famous, because it is a way to kind of live on after after you are gone.
Sure.
So I get that. I'm down with that OPP.
Are you?
That's wonderful.
Nobody says that anymore, right?
No.
No.
Thank goodness.
OPP.
That's okay. We won't tell.
No wonder we can't see anything.
There
we
you
are.
go. There you go.
There we are.
Nice.
That's all the difference.
It's just hilarious. It looks like Lily shrunk.
I
The
know.
Incredible Shrinking Lily. Wasn't Lily Tomlin in The Incredible Shrinking
I
Woman?
have no idea. I've never
Cat
even seen that
Pittsburgh?
movie.
Wow, that's a good one, Lou.
I'm almost positive.
That's a good one.
Das ist ein guter
Ja, that's
Nein,
gut,
Jahr.
Ja, that's good, yeah.
Wow.
The Incredible Stinking Woman.
That does not sound like a good one.
No. No, smell-o-vision. Yeah, there you go.
Legit.
It's total smell.
Scratch and sniff.
Wow. But did you see Stu? I think Stu bought a new guitar.
Oh, did he get that bass?
He has an Epiphone box up there.
Oh,
so when we're done, you have to go up
We'll
and
have to go
ask
up and
him
look.
what his big guitar is.
Hey, Kevin.
Don't ask it like that.
Can I see your big guitar? Show me your big guitar.
Oh, hey.
Oh my God. I
man.
don't know.
Oh,
But-
man.
So I am going. Well, maybe I'll talk. I'm going to just say this
Okay.
because I don't know where to say this in the course of the podcast. I'm just going to
Say
say
it
it
now.
now. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm starting a new YouTube channel.
Okay.
Okay.
And I haven't picked a name yet, but I'm leaning towards the terrible guitarist because people on YouTube have told me that I was a terrible guitarist.
Oh.
Or maybe the guitar hack,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do things that like most guitar channels don't do.
Yes.
I'm going to show you how to use like effects and stuff in ways that are wrong.
Nice.
And like how you can like
I
just
like it.
you do it, you know. So I have a lot of ideas about stuff like that, and I'm going to talk about some playing type stuff as well. But I think one of the things I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to buy a Chibson,
Okay.
and I'm going to
All
take
right.
everybody through the process from beginning to end of what getting a Chibson is all about. Now I am doing some research now because
I got you, Lily. Lily is going because she doesn't know, so you might.
So
Hopefully you'll explain.
let me explain what a Chibson is, okay?
Sure.
There's this company that makes guitars called Gibson Guitars.
Mm-hmm.
And they have lost their minds with what they're charging for some of these guitars. I mean, they've got guitars that are just like regular guitars. They're like $9,000. Okay?
Crazy.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
No
No.
stupid sense.
Yeah, no. Not at all.
No.
And they refuse to make like a quality overseas brand. Instead, they have Epiphone, which isn't really the same, and the headstock is wrong, and all kind of stuff like that. It's a wrong headstock.
Yeah.
I've heard. That's another thing I might want to talk about on my channel. It's like the headstock is super important. People that like post guitars for sale on Reverb and places like that, and don't show a picture of the entire guitar. They cut off the headstock. I'm like, what are you doing?
I want to see what
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like you must. This must be. Is this your first day? You know, because like there's no. It's a whole feng shui. It has to flow. And in any case, so
Right
Gibson
now,
makes these,
inside Lily head, I can read her mind. You know what it's saying?
what?
Nerd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nerd.
I didn't say it yet.
Total
I know.
nerd stuff. Total nerd
It's
stuff. But
building up inside her head.
But so there's these Chinese companies that are there's these luthiers in China, and they are trying to break into the market by making fake Gibsons.
Oh.
And it says Gibson on the headstock and the whole 9 yards. And so I've been doing some research because I'm like, you know, the old expression, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, you know. So, you know, you see like a 59 reissue for $350. You really have to go, excuse me, what's happening here? So I've been researching this, and I've been watching other YouTubers that have done it, and learning from their mistakes. So there's like a whole process and certain things you have to sort of be prepared to do. Like you should have new pickups on hand when the guitar arrives.
Right.
You should have a luthier ready to like take the guitar and work the neck and everything the right
Yes.
way, the frets and everything. Consider changing things like the tuners and stuff like that. So this is what I'm hearing about it. But the real key is the communication with the luthier. To really make sure that when you purchase the guitar, they're sending you the picture of the guitar that you're actually purchasing, and not some other guitar. And you have to ask a lot of questions, and you just have to really dot all the I's and cross all the T's, so you don't get a royal screw job. But so basically, what I'm thinking is that I'm going to end up with a really nice, like the one I'm going to go for, I think, is the Gary Moore reissue with the greeny thing.
Yes.
And that's what I think I'm going to do. And so I think I'm going to end up with a really, really cool guitar for around, if all goes well, for around $1,000.
If
that was all said and done.
Yeah.
Maybe less, 1,000 or less.
Yeah.
So like instead of paying that, I think that Gary Moore reissue goes. That's about like a $9 grand from Gibson.
Gosh,
Like
outrageous.
that is stupid. And guitar player, shame on you for even entertaining that you would buy that.
Right.
So that's one of the things I want to do with this YouTube channel is to say, just do the shit that nobody's doing, the weird shit.
Yes. All right. That sounds like fun.
Play the guitar with my beard.
What?
You never know.
You crazy.
I'd like
You
to see
crazy.
that.
You cray. You cray.
Little.
You cray cray.
Yeah.
You so cray. Little you cray.
Well,
You
I-
say.
You stupid.
You're stupid.
You stupid.
But at least you ain't stupid. You're crazy. You're stupid. Anyways,
All right.
so let's talk about this. This is there's a lot of songs that we know and love and grew up with and still hear every day on classic rock radio that never charted or maybe barely charted.
Right.
They weren't like hits
Yeah.
in the traditional sense that you have a number one hit. So and there's a whole mess. There's more than 10. We're going to entertain around 10 or so.
Yeah.
Like we normally do. So we're going to go ahead and start with Lily V6.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. You can't always get what you want by the Rolling Stones.
Oh, I can, but go ahead.
No, I usually do. Released July 4th, 1969 on the album Let It Bleed. It was first released on the B-side of Honky Tonk Woman in 1969. Didn't even make it onto the Hot 100 chart. When it was released as a single in 73, it finally saw some chart success, but it still only made it to number 42. It's considered to be the 100th greatest song of all time by Rolling Stone magazine, and it does have a silver certification in the UK, so that means they sold 200,000 units. So that is all. But
Yeah,
this is one we hear all the time.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
every day if you're listening to B94 or B94. Oh my god. I just totally aged myself.
Wow, sir, ma'am.
DVE.
Ma'am, sir.
Okay. So go ahead, Mr. Pittsburgh.
It's my turn. All right, there's so many to choose from. Oh my god, where's the one I have? I have a whole list here. I want to go to the one that I thought was kind of interesting. And
I bet you I know which one you're picking.
You are wrong, ma'am.
Miss
Good
Missy
day, ma'am.
I said good day.
No, I know. I'll probably say that one later.
Oh, you know.
But
what I mean.
anyway, the boys that we all love, Van Halen, Hot for Teacher.
It's on my list.
That's okay. There's plenty.
I know.
Number 56 on the chart.
Right?
Are you kidding me? I hear it at least twice every day on the radio.
I
Listen
would
to the radio.
say, however,
Yes.
that song's its true life was on MTV.
Yeah.
That video was
They
epic.
played it every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
every 20
It
minutes.
says in the notes every
Waldo.
20 minutes.
Waldo.
But it wasn't as much of a radio success or a Billboard chart topper. So
Yeah. But like I said, you hear it all the time.
VH1 had them on number 36 on their list, but I guess that doesn't count. So
Don't
there's that.
count.
then can't and all that.
I know.
Counting.
Your turn, Lou.
Oh my God!
Actually, I hear that on Sirius Radio all the time too. Hot for Teacher.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's amazing song.
It is amazing.
I was this song actually did make the charts,
Oh.
but not very high and not very long. I'm just going to just throw it. This isn't the one I was going to talk about. Stairway to Heaven. Recurrence chart. I guess what does that mean, Lil? You know what the recurrence chart is?
Where are we at on there? I don't see that.
Right here.
Oh,
And digital songs. I think these are like
probably
newer
if it
charts.
was like reissued.
Yeah.
Okay.
But look at the charts here. It 17 on the Canadian.
Oh.
And 79 on the European.
Mm-hmm.
Germany at 15.
Yeah, that's
We
right.
got to 24 in Ireland. New Zealand 13. Interesting.
Huh.
That's kind of wow.
Yeah.
For that one.
Like you would think, like that is what the. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
a famous song that you're not allowed to play it in a guitar store.
Right.
Right.
Everybody knows it.
But it's it was in there, but like barely. It's not really. Zeppelin wasn't really. They didn't like releasing singles. That was not their thing. When their record label released "Whole Lot of Love" and edited out that
The
long
real
thing in the
long-
middle,
yeah.
they took a shit fit and said, Nine!
We're not having
that. 9!
We're not having that.
Yeah.
But the song that I do wish to mention, if I
Yes.
could find my list again, my list
Somewhere.
is Highway to Hell.
That is also on
One of the most
Yeah.
iconic songs by ACDC. This Highway to Hell never cracked the Hot 100 or Top 40. It peaked at number 47 and 79, but their best performing song on the chart was Money Talks.
And that's only
Went to number 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't do so
But they did have albums that reached number 1, but they did not. Again, these songs, like everybody knows these songs, like they're Sideways, but they weren't. It's really funny. I think it speaks to the idea of what is really important to people in music. I think there's something to be said for that it's not necessarily have anything to do with the charts.
Yep.
That it has more to do with something more classic or iconic or universal or timeless. So I think there's just some music that is just timeless.
You know what it has to deal with?
So good.
Sticking it to the man.
Oh boy.
That's what rock and roll.
Sticking it in the butthole.
What?
Or that.
Oh.
Go ahead, Lily V6.
I'm actually going to talk about a grunge song that was on the radio incessantly in the 90s. Lithium by Nirvana. Released in 92 on Nevermind. It's one of the grunge anthems that came out at the time. And of course the album Nevermind was like a total chart topper, but this particular single only made it to 64.
Huh.
And that's one of the ones that I heard all the damn time.
Yeah.
It had heavy radio play. I don't think it had a heavy video play, but that means nothing is what we're doing here. Come As You Are even like only came in at 32. So, but like I said, Nevermind sold like 30 million copies worldwide, but the singles just did not. It didn't work out for them to sell them as singles. Apparently, it just can't. Like the album was what everybody wanted.
Well, yeah, and that was still during the era when albums were like really a thing. People wanted you to put out a really like good album. People were trying to hang on to the album, I think, for a long time. But right now, it's not what it used to be.
No, for sure.
No.
Sort of making a comeback.
You said come.
That.
So what do you got, Mr. Pittsburgh?
I hate you.
Hang on, I'm still thinking about coming back.
Oh boy.
So here's another one, and this kind of falls into the category of the last one where it was really popular on MTV, but not so much in the charts, and that would be ZZ Top's Sharp Dressed Man.
Guys are
What?
stealing
Get
all
the
my-
hell out of
Oh,
here.
we
They're
got-
stealing my whole list.
That's bullshit. Bullshit.
Not that I'm reading over your shoulder, Lils.
You are.
Only made it to 56, but again, that's one you hear all the time. All the time. I know my next one, Lily, you don't have on your list.
You don't even know. I have a whole second list on my phone.
You crazy. Yeah.
Well, you know what's cool about this song though is it was like released, like it kept getting like back into the charts several times. Still didn't make the top, but
Yeah,
like whenever like the documentary came out, and then Duck Dynasty, that was their theme show, their theme song for the show, and then they played for the Orange Bowl as well. So they kept re-entering the charts. It just never made the top of the charts.
Oh, Top of the Pops. I wonder if
Top
Top
of
of
the
the Pops by the Smithereens would never made the charts. It probably didn't. I have a toss up here, but I'm gonna obey the rules,
Okay.
and I'm just going to pick one. And this is a song that blows my mind, and that is "Pride in the Name of Love" by U2.
Oh.
That's interesting.
The boys from Ireland.
I thought like this was like a really. It wasn't like a big hit. It stalled at 33. And just kind of never went, but I mean, it's considered like one of their like biggest songs. Like I'm sure they play it live. I'm sure that they wouldn't get out of the stadium alive without
didn't
performing
play it.
"Pride in the Name of Love." That Sunday, Bloody Sunday, they got a couple like that. But yeah, it's a big crowd pleaser. Tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King. Fourth studio album, The Unforgettable Fire. But it just was not, it didn't really, it pooped out. It didn't do its thing.
Just like that.
What do you got?
I have Rebel Yell by Billy Idol.
No way.
With a rebel yell.
for the amount of airplay, radio play, and MTV this one received. Wow, I don't even know what's going on now.
Trying to do my best.
It only came in at number 46.
There's a band named Billy Idleface.
Oh boy, it was co-written by Steve Stevens, and the instrumental introduction.
Write it down
on the list.
There you go.
Steve Stevens was able to make the guitar solo. I don't even know what I'm doing. The electric sound and the electronic sound keyboard that sounded like a keyboard. It was all his guitar. That's what I'm trying to get at. He did that on purpose. It has been covered by many different bands: Children of Bodom, Him, Drowning Pool, Dope, Black Veil Brides, Adrenaline Mob, Bullets, Octane, blah blah blah, all of them. And it has appeared in a lot of the movies at the time. So 16 Candles, The Legend of Billie Jean, The Wraith. So it never charted higher than 46, which is kind of sad because I think I still hear that.
Oh yeah, I heard it just the other day.
Yeah, I'm sure I heard it today.
So a little thing about his guitar sound, that electronic noise. Steve Stevens was in a toy store, and a kid picked up some sort of electronic ray gun, and he heard the noise. He's like, oh. He bought the gun, took it to his guitar tech, and he actually put it into his guitar, and there was a little button that he would hit that would make that, so.
I love watching him play.
Oh, Steve.
I think he's so entertaining.
He's a nice boy, too, I can tell.
He's kind of attractive. He's got a Nikki Sixx thing going on.
Exactly. Yeah, with the black hair.
Yeah. All you got to do for Lily is just put shoe polish in your hair.
Yeah.
That's not wrong.
Well, you have to have hair, Lou. That's the only thing.
Who's next?
Me.
You. Mr. Pittsburgh.
Here we go. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost of Canada. Here it is, Lily.
That's not even what I thought you were going to say, but go on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Tom Sawyer, one of their most famous songs.
Tom Sawyer didn't chart?
44.
Oh, wow.
44.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Their signature song only made it to 44. That was another song that they couldn't leave the stage without playing, I think.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Hey, they played Tom Sawyer. I don't remember them playing Tom Sawyer.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's a new flavor.
You like that
one?
Oh,
eh? My.
Oh, that's a good one there, Oh, magic.
Sorry, I got distracted by passion fruit.
Happens. Passion. It happens.
Now he's going to kill.
Oh,
You okay?
Comfortably numb.
Nuh-uh.
Arguably picking paws.
Pickin' Floyd.
Pinkham and Floydnum's second most famous song. It is not 53.
Wow.
Top 200 albums.
That's one of my favorite songs.
79. The album was huge. The album was ginormous. Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2 was a big hit. That's so funny. I always get a kick out of that when the Part 2 song is the one that becomes it's like this is that's a podcast. The Police have Synchronicity 2, which not Synchronicity wasn't the hit. Synchronicity 2 is the hit.
Mm-hmm.
So Another Brick in the Wall was massive. It has a disco beat, and I roller skated to that.
Of course you did.
Who hasn't? I did too.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was my introduction to Pink Floyd. I thought they were a disco band. I
Nice.
did.
They're not?
You guys.
I was I was just a nerdy little kid who I just didn't know anything.
And now you're a nerdy big kid.
They played it at the roller rink, and that's all I knew.
Oh, I miss that place over there.
Yeah, you played your album backwards and watched Thank God It's Friday. It syncs up.
Yeah. Run Like Hell reached 53. Excuse me. Comfortably Numb didn't even come anywhere near on anything.
Wow, that's crazy.
Topped the album. The Wall, though, did top the album charts for 15 weeks and has gone on to sell over 20 million copies in the U.S. alone. Wow. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. And everybody, it's one of the learning the guitar solo to that is like the guitarist rise to manhood. It's just
yes.
very, one of these epic things. There's two guitar solos actually, and it's just as that's probably why it didn't chart. Two guitar solos. People could, God forbid,
can't handle that.
Somebody had to listen to a guitar solo, let alone twice.
That's my favorite part.
Two of them.
Yeah, I went to see Brit Floyd way back.
I love them.
And It's a great show. They are a tribute band in the sense that they are literally, the whole show is a tribute to Pink Floyd in the sense that they've got these beautiful video displays where they sort of show like the history of the different members, and it's really neat.
Very cool.
But when they did Comfortably Numb, they actually acted out the scene in the movie.
Oh, yeah?
They had the guy on the chair.
Right.
And they did a rear projection thing where it was like you felt like you were kind of in the movie. It was really neat.
It's very cool.
It was super cool. It was like it was fucking great. And they have two guitarists, and one played one solo, one played. It was epic. It was like standing ovation. Like people like this was the greatest thing that happened. But yeah, I can't believe that. So go ahead, Lily V6.
This one is kind of yes and no. I'm sorry, I keep hitting you with my chair.
Oh, Mommy.
This is Dream On by Aerosmith, released in 1973.
Wow.
It was their first major hit, classic rock radio staple, but when it came out in 1973, it peaked at number 59.
59, dudes.
No.
It was very popular, like locally in Boston. It was like number one on all the charts in Boston, of course.
Quick, get some water.
But when it was reissued in 1976, it did make it to number 6. So later on, it charted, but when it came out, it did not. So I'm still counting it on my list.
Yeah.
And it like this is one they play it at every single show. You hear it on the radio all the time. When I first heard it a long time ago, I didn't even know that was Steven Tyler singing because his voice has changed so much over the years. I thought it was Joe Perry singing when I first heard it, way back when.
I have something for you, Lily. Since you're an Aerosmith fan, have you ever seen the movie Air America with Mel Gibson and Robert Downey Jr.?
I have not.
Okay.
Oh boy.
It has. I watched. I don't think I ever actually seen it, but I remember when it came out, there were some big. There were some singles that got released. And one of them was a song, and I can't remember the name of the song. It was B.B. King and Bonnie Raitt, and they had a hit single. It's on the soundtrack, but Aerosmith is on the soundtrack, doing "Love Me 2 Times" by The Doors.
OMG!
Wow,
and it sounds really good.
I have to listen to this.
It sounds fucking great.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And so just maybe when you were talking about Aerosmith, but
I
I watched that. I hadn't.
Fascinating.
What's it called? Air America.
Air America. It was like Mel Gibson when he was like in his like heyday. You know, he was just coming off the Lethal Weapon thing. You know, he was a big star. I added a bunch of those to my list, like that. Tequila Sunrise, Payback. Ransom. I watched Ransom. Yeah, it was good. But you should check. You should.
I will
check
definitely listen to that.
Check it out, Nat.
Check it out.
Check it all out
Thanks,
and
guys.
everything. What do you got, Mr. Pittsburgh?
This one blew my mind.
Right through your face. Okay. I was just checking to see which one.
Blew my mind, I tell you. Lily was looking at my crotch.
It's okay.
So I had to take a second.
My crotch mind.
I hate you guys.
Because that's what my list is.
That could be a
My
band name,
list.
Crotch Mind.
Write it down. So Ozzy Osbourne and Crazy Train.
I know that's crazy.
Yeah, that is. It is crazy. Crazy Train.
That's like cray. It's so cray. You cray.
Better than being stupid.
Why you got to go be cray?
It's better than being stupid.
Cray.
Looky here. Only made it to 106.
What?
Can
Metal,
you
that's why.
believe that? That's crazy.
Everybody has to poo-poo on the metal.
Yeah, that's exactly
I got a poo-poo on my metal.
They're not. Oh, my. You all right? You okay there?
Oh, boy.
I don't know which one I wanted to. We already talked about that one. I don't know. I don't like. Oh, this is kind of interesting.
That one shocks me, too.
This is just as shocking as Crazy Train, I think. Blowin' in the Wind by Bob Dylan.
Right.
It's one of the most treasured songs in Dylan canon. It's been recorded by the likes of Stevie Wonder, who had a top 10 hit with it, Dolly Parton, Sam Cooke, Ziggy Marley, folk trio Peter, Paul, and Mary released it as a single in 1963, and it went all the way to number 2. Dylan's own version that year didn't do as well, failing to even chart. Bonus points, Dylan would go on to release 12 songs that reached the top 40, though none since 79's Gotta Serve Somebody.
Gotta Serve Somebody, remember?
Yep,
Remember
I like
that?
that record. Yeah, Slow Train Coming.
I liked it too.
That's a good album. So that's and that is considered a classic song. Not a lot of people cover it, of course. But yeah, I was like, what? I was like, what?
Yeah, I thought everybody loved Dylan.
Yeah, Bob Dylan was my hero for many years. I said that like I had some hero worship with Sting, but Bob Dylan was my man until I heard Tom Waits. And then when I discovered Tom Waits, I was like, Bob, you
going on the shelf, buddy.
Yeah, you're going to number 2.
No offense, Bob.
No offense.
No offense here, Bob.
Number 1, I order you to take a number 2. That's me taking a number 2.
I don't even know what that means anymore.
I don't either. I just let him go sometimes.
Anyways.
Don't you shake my head? Yes.
So that is mine for this round. What do you got?
This is the one I thought Kevin was going to say early on was Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. Reached 51.
Oh, I was going to say that.
No, I'll cry.
No,
On the Billboard Hot 100.
just want to make Lily feel
Certified gold in October of 2009 with over 500,000 copies sold in the United States.
Huh.
This one is frequently performed during tours. Nix has sung it on every Fleetwood Mac tour since joining the band, with the exception of the Shake the Cage tour, as well as all of her own solo tours from 2005 on. So shocking. I hear it all the time. Probably played all the time at the time in 1975. I don't know. I wasn't born yet.
I loved. I actually like Billy Corgan's version of it.
I love it. Yes,
He does a good version.
Dixie Chicks does a good job too.
Yeah,
even though I'm
Dicks.
not a really big fan of Dixie Chicks.
Chicksy Dicks. Yeah, they're nice.
Chicksy Dicks.
Nice guys.
Wow.
Good guys.
Nice ladies.
They are nice ladies.
Not
I
really.
won't kick none in my bed for eating crackers. I'm just saying.
Well,
They might kick me out of bed.
What, anything to say? Anybody saying anything?
we have Wookie McKinnon saying, "Hey, buddy."
Yo,
I don't
buddy.
know- I don't know who that is. And Lulu Scholl, who we haven't seen in a while, watching the podcast. So, hey, Lulu, how's it going? And then, of course, Kevin who thinks he's
Thanks for
chopped
saying
liver.
hi to me, Lulu. Now I feel like one of the family. Thanks.
After all, what is
Yes?
what
What?
is hamburger? Chopped ham? No, it's chopped steak. And what goes better with steak than A1 steak sauce?
That is correct,
Ew,
sir.
gross.
What?
Guys put steak sauce on your steak?
No, I don't
There
eat
was
steak.
Don't you remember those commercials? Kevin?
Yeah, I remember well, Lily wasn't born then.
Probably
Lily
not.
doesn't remember the commercials. But they were like, oh man, that commercial was so famous. Like Saturday Night Live did parodies of it and everything. It was funny as fuck.
Nerds.
Okay, I digress. Continue.
It was funny. Oh, it's my turn.
Tis.
Here's another one. And if you're ever in a band, this is probably one of your staples. If you were in a classic rock band, probably one of your staples. But it's my glasses hitting the microphone, everybody. I need to invest in contact lenses. Anyway, The Clash.
You are looking at my papers.
Should I stay or should I go? Lou and I actually played this together on stage. Did you know that, Lou?
Oh,
Yes.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I've never seen you guys perform
Yeah,
together. So I don't know.
only made it to 45.
And how many times was it released?
5 bazillion.
3.
Oh, 3. See, Lily knows more than I do.
Well, tell me about it, Lily.
All I know is it was released not once, not
That's
twice,
all I
but 3
know.
times. It failed twice to chart in the U.S. Instead, Rock the Casbah became the Clash's first top
There you go.
10 single in America. And it failed all the time.
Should I stay or should I go? Was played on the radio though. I heard it on DVD.
Yeah, I still hear it.
B94, because obviously I can't remember.
You have B94 in the brain.
I know, I do. I don't
B94
even know why I
in the
said that.
brain.
I haven't even listened to B94.
Well,
I never
maybe
even
you
listened to
should
when I was
start.
a kid.
Yeah. Lou, do you remember WPEZ?
Yes.
Here in Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Yeah.
WPEZ.
Yeah, WPEZ. I forget what it turned into. I think it's now Bob.
I love Bob.
No, Bob's 96 something. It doesn't matter. It just don't matter no
It's
more.
relevant.
Surrender by Cheap Trick. Great song, right?
This one doesn't actually surprise me that much. I'll tell you why, because everybody loves them live
Yes, I do. Loves me some Cheap
more
Trick.
than on the radio. But still, yes, kind of surprising that they didn't chart at all.
Yep. It just did not. It just didn't.
I
do it.
love Cheap Trick.
I do too.
Reasonable explanation. It was the band's first charting single.
Huh.
So Top 40 Radio was skeptical. So, but when they, so it took that live at Budokan with "I Want You to Want Me" and "Ain't That a Shame" and those songs to really kind of, get people interested in them. It probably would, if it had not been released as their first single, say they had released it later
Maybe,
on,
yeah.
it probably would have charted.
Right.
But That's not all that uncommon for bands just coming out of the gate.
They're so underrated, though.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about them.
Yeah, we have.
You want to add any others, Mr. Pittsburgh? Before?
No, I just got one more here that just popped up in my list, and that was Black Sabbath, or Iron Man. Iron Man.
I don't think Paranoid charted either, but go ahead. That's a good one.
Only made it to 52 for his, it's everywhere. Iron Man's everywhere.
It's a movie.
Whoa.
Speaking of Robert Downey Jr.
I never made the connection, Mr. Obvious. yeah. Only made it to 52. Crazy.
No.
Shit. Honky! Honky, do it again. One more time, honk. Come on. You bastard.
See, when you do the horn and then follow it up with a laugh, that's not okay.
No?
Well, it's a horny laugh.
Well, there it is. That's not my horny laugh.
Hot for Teacher, Highway to Hell, Dream On, Tom Sawyer, Pride in the Name of Love, Blowin' in the Wind, Landslide, Should I Stay or Should I Go, Surrender, and Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Unbelievable. That's incredible.
Remember that, Lou? Lily, you weren't born yet.
Probably not.
So before we do new and notable, let's play a game.
Okay.
We're going to go around the room.
Oh,
God.
boy.
Here we go around the room again, So what we're going to do is we're going to play a game.
Okay.
And you have to take a movie title and replace one of the words with asshole.
For fuck's sake.
A movie title?
And you have to replace one of the words.
Okay.
God. Who's first, me?
Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Go ahead, Mr. Pittsburgh will start.
Crimson Asshole.
Crimson Asshole.
Starring
Close Encounters of the Third Asshole. Or Asshole Encounters of the Third Kind. You can do all kind of stuff with that one.
Gone with the Asshole.
Gone with the Asshole. I like it.
Cool Asshole Luke.
Independence Asshole.
What? Why?
Asshole
Why
Day.
are we doing this? It's just wrong. It's just wrong, sir. Why?
8 assholes in a duffel bag.
All right.
Remember, folks, this content is free. You're getting your money's worth tonight.
I've had enough.
Wow.
Why? It's fun. Let's have some fun with it. Let's have some fun. Gotta have a little fun in life.
I have fun every day of my life.
Oh my God. So, anyways, I thought we would have a little fun. Obviously, Lily's a party pooper.
Wow.
Hey, I picked 2 good ones. That's enough.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I don't see a full podcast of that.
No, we could go on for days.
Yeah, that with Lou? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Anyway, War of the Assholes. The Asshole Machine.
American Asshole.
American Asshole in London.
Oh my God.
American Asshole in London.
Asshole.
That could be like
Step Assholes.
There you go. Step assholes. There you go.
Bruce Asshole.
Days of Assholes.
Asshole Mighty. I don't know which one to go with.
Top asshole.
Top ass. Asshole Gun.
Apocalypse asshole.
Of Mice and Asshole.
See where you started, you asshole.
Asshole Now.
Yep, asshole now.
Forest Asshole.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Wayne's Asshole. Asshole World.
Austin Asshole.
Why?
Somebody help us.
Send your tax-deductible dollars to Help Loudini.
The Grapes of Assholes.
That's a great movie, though.
Or the Assholes of Wrath. There's a band name. The
There
metal
it
band,
is.
the Assholes.
That's why you wanted us to do this.
No, that's all right.
Truth comes out.
Oh my God! So Ann Wilson has a new record out.
She does. It actually came out in April, though, so we've missed it. But
fine.
Well,
it is
Newish.
we're a
a
little slow.
mix of her own music, so original stuff, plus some covers. And she's had some people assist her with this. So she has members of Government Mule on it. Kenny Wayne Shepherd's on it. Vince Gill is on it, which is kind of cool. And it sounds great. It is actually called something, I don't know, Fierce Bliss. And like I said, it came out in April. And it sounds great. Some people say it's a little bit overdone, but I think it sounds really good. I think she sounds strong on it. That's all I have to say, really. You should just listen to it. Her range is good on it. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth.
Okay. All right then. All right. Having some Detroit. All right already.
Oh boy.
Other Worlds by the Pretty Reckless just got dropped. I don't know, like in August, I think. And it's pretty much it's kind of some covers and other they call reimaginings. But they do a cool version of What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding by Elvis Costello. And it's acoustic in the sense, I mean, a full band is playing, but they're playing in a kind of subdued acoustic kind of,
Interesting.
mellow kind of sound. I mean,
That's different for them.
Well, that, and, something you have to kind of consider about being in a band is if you release albums that are a little bit different, when you play your concerts, then you're like, you have a lot of cool material to kind of vary the show with. You know what I mean? Whereas if you're ACDC, it's basically the one level the whole time.
That's right.
I'm okay with that too.
And I'm not knocking them. That's just what they do.
Yeah.
But it does. It's kind of a cool thing. I remember different artists over the years releasing records and I'm like, this isn't really my favorite because they went in this direction or that direction. But then we go see them live and be like, oh no, it was kind of cool. They created like a neat dynamic when they went into this thing. Very cool. Pretty reckless. So, what do you guys know who Post Malone is?
I've heard the
Sadly.
name. Heard the name.
So he has this. He's a rapper.
Oh boy.
And he has put out a video. I don't know if it's a video or a series of videos. I forget. Of doing Nirvana songs. He's playing guitar.
Interesting.
Okay. What kind of guitar?
He's playing Gibson Les Paul.
Okay. All right.
Let me pull this up.
Come on. Shut up,
Malone.
I won't and I will not.
Come on.
Nirvana. Here it is. Post Malone Nirvana.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's a whole concert or if it's just. Oh, it's a live stream.
Oh, that was a live stream. Huh? Oh.
And it's an hour.
Is he in my music room there?
So there he is.
Oh. Okay. Oh, Rickenbacker.
Yep, and they're dressed period appropriate.
He always wears dresses.
What?
Just so
People
you know.
who need help in
And I believe that is Travis Barker playing drums.
That would not surprise me.
There he's playing the solo.
Oh. Okay. All right.
We don't dare play too much, but
All right. Okay. All right.
yeah, it's not bad. It's
expand my
interesting. I think
mind a
that
little bit.
but I was introduced to this through Justin Hawkins' channel.
Oh, okay.
He did a review of it, and I wasn't really sure where it was going to go. I listened to it. I thought it sounded good. He did too. Also, there is, I believe, a deluxe or a sort of remaster or something of CODA by Led Zeppelin. And Michael Noland has a great track-by-track video of it you can find on YouTube. I like to take, each week, you guys know, take something that's going on YouTube and review, talk about it. You guys might find it interesting. I'll put the links in the show notes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go and find out what was going on in the top 40.
Oh yeah.
Way back on.
Nothing on our list.
Nothing on our list, exactly.
Speaking of the top 40, right? So let's pick a date.
What decade?
Let's go to the 80s.
There you go.
And what are you feeling?
I think
Lou?
we did 85 before. Let's do
82.
Yeah. Let's do
82,
that.
Lou.
82, Lou.
And this is the week of November.
20.
The very end of November. Last week of November.
Here we go.
Okay. At number 10. Wow, I don't remember this song. At number 10, Muscles by Diana Ross.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
The Girl Is Mine, Michael Jackson and Paul. The Doggone Girl Is Mine.
Fucking girl is mine.
Joe Jackson, I love this guy.
Yeah.
Stepping Out, big hit. Man Eater by Daryl
Nice.
Hall and
I
John
love that
Oates.
song.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
Yeah.
Tony Basil. Heartlight. Oh, the song that was supposed to be in E.T. but was not used. Oh. And Neil Diamond ended up having a hit with it. It was at number 5. Mm-hmm. Speaking of movies, Up Where We Belong, Joe Cocker and Jennifer Warnes.
I forget the movie. Wait, do I know this one?
Officer and a Gentleman.
Yes, I did.
that-
I did
okay.
know this.
Yep.
I did know
Yep.
this.
I believe we did an extensive talk about this song on a previous podcast.
We did a long time ago.
Yeah. So we'll get into it. Heart Attack by Olivia Newton-John. Gloria by Laura Branigan.
love that
we all
song.
go, oh, yeah.
I saw Laura Branigan at the 4th of July maybe thing, or maybe the regatta or something at
Really?
the Point State Park.
Nice.
And there was the reason I went though was not for Laura Branigan. There was 2 opening acts that I wanted to see. The first one was the Flash Cats. You remember the Flash Cats?
Vaguely, yeah.
And then the second one was the man himself, B.E. Taylor.
No.
And this is when he was
way.
at he had released Love Won the Fight. It was a big album. And man, it was Rick Witowski just tore it up on guitar.
Wow.
They were just killer. Number 1 song this week was Truly by Lionel Richie.
Nice.
Okay, you drink White Claw, not Truly, so never mind.
Yeah, I would never drink it.
Just
Nice
kind of
segue.
perusing through. Dirty Laundry was at 11.
I love that song.
Rock This Town by Stray
Stray
Cats. Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye, big song.
Wow.
Men at Work came on with Who Can It Be? Now they were dropping from number 6. Down Under was also on the charts. Phil Collins was up to number 40 from 49 with You Can't Hurry Love. Remember when he started to break as a solo artist? And, it was interesting. It was interesting. Let's see here. Here were the ones that debuted. Heart to Heart by Kenny Loggins. Wow, it's a good song. You know that one, Lily?
I do not know that one.
Love in Store by Fleetwood Mac. I don't know if I know. Heart of the Night by Juice Newton. I don't know.
Newton.
Oh, Allentown by
know
Billy
Allentown.
Joel. Right Before Your Eyes. I don't know if I know it. Nowhere to Run. Oh, Santana had these 80s songs. Okay, this is funny. This is totally hilarious. I went down a Santana rabbit hole a couple months ago.
Did you?
And
I remember that. Yeah.
he has this whole string of things that he did in the 80s where, like, it's essentially 80s disco with a Santana guitar solo.
Right.
With a Santana twist.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, there's no Santana on the whole song. It's like he came in one day, played the solo.
And left.
And left.
Yeah, left.
Yeah.
That was it.
Wow.
Was this there was an Elvis medley out. It was weird. Oh, The Twilight Zone by Golden Earring.
I
There
love
you
that
go.
song.
Interesting.
Nice.
Interesting. Let's see. What you gonna do by? I love that name, Chilliwack. Chilliwack.
Got Shock the Monkey.
I do.
Get
enjoy
Closer
that.
by Linda Ronstadt was just popped on the charts. So it was a fun week. 1982 this week in 1982. All right, now the one we've all been waiting for
bated
this
breath.
week and what the Beatles did.
I can't wait.
So-
There. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just a fun Beatles thing.
Yeah.
Penny Lane. You guys know that song, Penny
Of course.
Lane?
Yes.
It has that high piccolo trumpet on. Well, there are so many tracks on that song that there's stuff that's just inaudible because they just layered and layered. and layered.
Right.
And they were pretty much done with it. And Paul McCartney had watched I believe the London Symphony Orchestra perform the Brandenburg Concerto. And he came in the next day and he said to George Martin, what was that on the Brandenburg Concerto, that really like high? He goes, oh, that's a piccolo. It's a high trumpet. And that is why Penny Lane has the piccolo trumpet on there.
Cool,
The guy
liked
the guy that played is a guy named Dave Mason. And not that Dave Mason.
Oh, I was going to say.
And he was a classical musician. And they played it, and he nailed it, like one take.
Yeah.
And Paul McCartney, they were all in the studio, like gobsmacked about how good it was. And Paul McCartney said, let's do another take. And Dave Mason was like, I'm sorry. Like,
Nope.
I cannot play that. And George Martin was kind of embarrassed.
Yeah.
Then Paul McCartney was doing that. He was like, Paul,
Dude, he's
this
a
is
pro.
like brilliant shit. You know, like,
Yeah.
calm down. You got what you wanted. Just a fun
Paul.
fun little fact there. Winifred Atwell was at number 1 on the UK singles charts on this day with "Let's Have Another Party."
Let's have another party.
The first black artist to reach number 1 in the UK, and the first black artist to sell 1 million records.
Nice.
Let's have another party.
Yeah,
The first one wasn't good
That was
enough.
pretty good.
Oh boy. 1960. Elvis Presley started a 6-week run. I lost it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on.
I was trying to adjust it. So
I didn't memorize it. Sorry.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. I want to do this
Gee
and
whiz.
pull this over here so make it easier for all y'all
thanks,
to see.
buddy.
Go ahead.
Elvis Presley started a 6-week run at number 1 on the U.S.
He had
singles
the
chart
runs.
with "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" His
Are you
third
lonesome
number 1
tonight?
of 1960. The single included a spoken passage loosely based on Shakespeare.
Oh, excuse me.
Before I knew what Shakespeare was when I was a kid, I literally thought it meant like
Shaking your spear.
shaking a spear.
Shakespeare.
Well, that's what it means. I don't know where you're coming from. Here we go. On this day, 1962, the Beatles performed 2 evening shows. The first at the Cavern Club in Liverpool, and the second at
pulling my liver.
Sometimes at the 527 Club in Liverpool. The 527 Club show was a dance for the staff of Lewis Department Store in Liverpool, held on the top floor of the store.
That's kind of
sounds
cool.
Fun.
Hey, so
Could you imagine you having
what?
that like
Yeah,
memory?
what? Yeah.
We saw the Beatles. They played our Christmas party or whatever.
Yeah, right.
You know.
Like, no, you didn't. Yeah, they did. So I have the case for my one dot, my Epiphone dot, has been to the Cavern Club.
Oh.
I bought it off of John down at Pittsburgh Guitars, and they went to England and played the Cavern Club, and he showed me a picture of, because he took his ZS335, and he showed me him standing out there with my case. I now own that, and I'm gonna go home and kiss it tonight.
Now you have to frame it.
1964, the Shangri-Las went to number 1
Shangri-La.
on the U.S. singles chart with Teen Death song
Ooh.
"Leader of the Pack."
I love that song.
When released in the UK, the song was refused airplay by the BBC, probably due to its death theme, where it went on to chart 3 times, number 11 in 65, number 3 in 72, by the time which the BBC ban had been lifted, once again number 7 in
Wow.
1976.
Nice.
There must have been things that happened in the media or something where it brought it back to people's attention. Yeah, I'll never forget you, leader of the pack. And then there's the yeah. That's awesome. That's great.
Shangri-La. Oh
Oh.
my. Oh, here we go, Lils.
The Beatles recorded their last fan club record as a group. Christmas Time Is Here Again. The Beatles' Christmas record the Beatles' Christmas records were spoken in musical messages from the group that were posted out on flexi-disc, at Christmas time to members of their official fan clubs in the United Kingdom and the United States. This is 1967.
I bet you that'd be worth some money today.
Oh, I'm sure.
On this day, 1970, Dave Edmunds was at number 1 in the UK singles chart with his version of the 1955 Smiley Lewis hit, "I Hear You Knocking."
I love that song.
But you can't come in.
Right? Also, the first release on the, is that MAM record label? M-A-M?
That's what I would say.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
That's what I always say.
Speaking of Bob Dylan, this day in 1970, Dylan's 11th studio album, New Morning, was on the UK charts. His 6th UK number 1, the album featured If Not For You, which was recorded by George Harrison on the 1970 album All Things Must Pass, and became the title track for Olivia Newton-John's 1971 debut album. That shows you what an amazing songwriter
Yep.
Bob Dylan is.
Yep.
Both George Harrison and Olivia Newton-John, who seem
Right.
pretty separate artists,
Yes.
have, released a song. Crazy.
Cray.
That's like cray. You so cray. Little you cray.
Stupid.
1974, John Lennon made one of his final concert appearances when he joined Elton John on stage at the Madison Square Gardens in New York City. Lennon performed 3 songs: Whatever Gets You Through the Night, I Saw Her Standing There, and Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Did he also wear glitter and sequins?
I betcha. On this day in 1976, the Tom Robinson Band made their debut at the Hope and Anchor, London. The band's biggest hit, 2468 Motorway, peaked at number 5 in the UK in October 77. Robinson now works as a radio presenter.
I do not know who Tom Robinson is.
I don't know who that guy is.
The name sounds familiar. It's probably somebody I should.
Yes?
I must pause. Okay, all right. He has I think it's a very successful blog. My buddy, Kerry J.K., I believe, it told me about him. But he's like he has a very successful music blog and tries to help musicians. I believe I could be thinking of somebody else. On this day in 76, the Sex Pistols appeared on the BBC's Nationwide and ITV's London Weekend show in the UK. The Pistols of Sex.
1987, REM had their first entry in the top 10 on the U.S. singles chart with The One I Love.
Well, on this day in 1987, taken from the film Dirty Dancing, the Jennifer Warnes duet with Bill Medley, I've Had the Time of My Life went to number 1 on the U.S. singles chart. In the UK, the song had 2 chart outings. In November 1987, after the film's initial release, the song peaked at number 6. And in January 1991, after the film was shown on mainstream TV, the song reached number 8.
I think that was why the leader of the pack by the show.
Probably it was
something like that happened.
Featured in the film. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
In 1987, David Bowie played the second of 4 sold-out nights during his Glass Spider tour in Australia and New Zealand at the Kooyong Stadium in Melbourne.
That's some shit.
Lily's favorite band.
1991, Nirvana recorded a performance for BBC TV music show Top of the Pops in London. When asked to lip-sync Smells Like Teen Spirit to a pre-recorded tape, Kurt Cobain protested by singing an octave lower. He later confirmed he was imitating Morrissey from The Smiths and attempted to eat his microphone at one point. He also changed some of the lyrics, exchanging the opening line, "Load up on guns, bring your friends," for "Load up on drugs, kill your friends." Surprise!
Attaboy! On this day, 1992, Whitney Houston started a record-breaking 14-week run at number 1 on U.S. singles charts with "I Will Always Love You." Taken from the Bodyguard soundtrack, the song was written by Dolly Parton.
For Porter Wagner.
Was it really?
She wrote it
Yes.
for Porter Wagner. Drummer Jerry Edmonton was killed in a car crash.
Oh, no.
Drummer, he was in the band Steppenwolf.
I remember when that happened.
On this day in 1993.
Because I had just met him.
Oh, man.
Right before that. 1999, Cliff Richard started a three-week run at number 1 on the UK singles chart with Millennium Prayer. Despite the record being boycotted by most radio stations, it became Cliff's 14th UK number 1.
Interesting factoid about Cliff Richard.
Rich Clifford.
When he was coming up in the late 1950s, early 1960s in England, the country had a ban on bringing in foreign instruments.
Yes.
From but he wrote to Fender and said, "Could you send me a catalog?" Mm-hmm. And he saw on the cover of the catalog was a red Fender Stratocaster with gold hardware.
Yes.
And he said, "My guitarist, Hank Marvin, absolutely has to have this guitar," and he bought it for him.
Wow.
Made special arrangements and
to get it over.
To get it over here. But by the time it arrived and everything, the ban had been lifted.
Ah,
But
yes.
so
This is not the counts.
probably Hank was probably the first guitarist in England
To
playing a
have one.
Stratocaster.
Very cool.
It's very, very interesting. Very interesting.
All right, this day in 2000, Madonna played her first British show for more than 7 years. Played her first show for more than 7 years. That's worded weird. At London's Brixton Academy, tickets changed hands for more than £1,000. QXL.com, is that right?
Yes.
On the internet, okay, this is 2000. On the internet, auctioneers sold one pair for £2,204. Psh, nothing compared to Taylor Swift.
On this day in 2000, David Bowie was crowned the musician's musician Bowie beat the Beatles and alternative rockers Radiohead in a survey by NME that asked hundreds of top rock and pop stars to name their biggest musical influence. Interesting. I could definitely see all three of those artists as really big influences on people. I mean, so many people love Radiohead. Like, I think they're a great band. I don't know. I kind of missed them, or they passed me by.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
same here.
You know what I mean? I
love Radiohead.
I wasn't hip to them or something, and I didn't quite get into them like I may have.
2002, Tony McCarroll, the original drummer with Oasis, failed in a bid to sue the group's lawyers after he was sacked because he took too long to file his claim. Judge Justice Gray at the High Court in London told McCarroll his case could not proceed because he had brought his claim outside of the 6-year time limit.
Snooze, you lose.
Idiot.
On this day in 2004, Metallica played the last show of their 137-day Madly thanks Lou Madly in a Hangar with the World Tour at the HP Pavilion in San Jose, California.
I know exactly where that's at.
It became the fourth highest grossing tour of 2004, reaping, listen to this, Lou, $60.5 million in ticket sales. Wow. I would have done it for $55 million.
Springsteen's going to make that much in just like 3 concerts.
Yeah, right?
With those $10,000 tickets, whatever.
Lord.
This day in 2006, actress Pamela Anderson filed for divorce from rapper Kid Rock after just 4 months of marriage. In a statement on her website, the 39-year-old confirmed she had split from Rock.
I forgot that was a thing. Gee whiz.
2013, it was reported that George Harrison's sister was living in a prefabricated home and struggling for money since her allowance from the Beatles star's estate was cut off about a year and a half after he died. 82-year-old Louise Harrison admitted that she had no access to her brother's multi-million-dollar fortune and was cash poor living in rural Missouri. She never challenged her brother's estate, adding, "I don't care about the money. It's been over 10 years and I haven't made any ripples."
They haven't played with her nipple for 10 years.
No, that's not what it said, Lou. Do we even know who this guy is?
No, we're going to miss it.
Exactly.
We're going to skip it.
Skip it.
Skip on down to the other side.
Let's talk about some birthdays.
Berry Gordy, founder of
Thanks,
Motown,
Berry
born
Gordy.
this day in 1929. Gary Troxell of Fleetwoods, happy birthday. Clem Curtis,
Yes, sir.
British singer. Bruce Channel, U.S. singer, playing Hey Baby. Randy Newman,
Oh, there you go.
it made me feel like a new man.
Not Randy.
Sang most famously Short People, wrote songs that other people did too, like Mama Told Me Not to Come, etc., etc., etc. Beeb Birtles from the Australian group Little River Band.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Hugh McKenna, keyboardist with the sensational Alex Harvey Band. David Janes from the band Modern Romance. David Van Day.
Yeah.
Richard Grossman, Australian bassist, played bass guitar for the Divinals and Hoodoo Gurus. Happy birthday to Matt Cameron, Soundgarden. Later joined Pearl Jam. Don Robinson from En Vogue. I'm putting my accent,
I see
emphasis
where
is
you
in.
On the wrong syllable.
On the syllable.
And Matt Chelsland from Ned's Atomic Dustbin. Happy birthday. And that is pretty much where we stand for today.
Exactly.
All right, guys, have a you've been listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. Go to LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com and check everything out that we have. We have tons of great podcasts to go back and listen to, YouTube stuff, interviews. Please get involved with our private Facebook group. It's a lot of fun. What else? wolfscustoms.online. Check them out.
Wolfie.
Custom artwork done on your musical instrument. RockRageRadio.com. Download the app.
What's the name of your show,
It's a
Lils?
free app. And Lily has her own show. Tell us about your show, Lily.
Hot Licks with Lily 6, Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I hate when you do that.
That's
Guys
why
are
I
so
do it.
Weird. Just download the app for free or go to rockrageradio.com. Weirdos, and I'll see you all at Amon Amarth on Wednesday at Stage AE in Pittsburgh.
Nice.
All right. And Mr. Pittsburgh, anything you would like to add or take away?
No.
All right, guys, have a wonderful rest of your week. We will have another podcast for you next week. So far, we haven't figured out any topics yet, so you'll just have to wait and see what we come up with. Have a good one, everybody. Take care. Catch you next time. Yeah.
It's just a spiritual